Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Power Six leadership call. My name is Verdita Monk. My husband and I reside in the Atlanta area, and we are senior presidential directors in Lifeway, simply meaning that we enjoy helping people. We've helped a lot of people become successful in this company, and you're one of those people. So once again, welcome to the call. And this call was designed for us to just corroborate and meet on a weekly basis to help us propel our businesses. This call is for winners. This call is for people who want to go all the way to the top. And so if you're on this call, that must be you. But tonight, you guys, we're going to talk about a very special subject called the it factor. And let me tell you what made me think of that. I have a daughter who attended Howard University. She ended up being valedictorian of her class with a 4.0 average. She went on to Harvard University and did extremely well in her career ever since then. When she pledged, AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha, which is also the sorority that I am part of, they named her the it factor. And the it factor really implies someone who has a standard of excellence. If you just want to put it just put it in short terms, the it factor, talk about that. It refers to a unique and noteworthy quality. One second, let me get my PowerPoint together. A unique and noteworthy quality that makes someone or something exceptional. It is a combination of confidence, charm, charisma, and good self-esteem. This is a character. This is a character, the type of character we want to reflect in this business. And so many of us wonder, all of us included, sometimes, why am I not where I want to be? Why am I not able to attract certain kinds of people? And there are certain reasons. So I'm going to go through a few things that may help us this evening. And the first thing, if you must do, one of the things you must do is be enthusiastic at all times. You see, being enthusiastic makes you instantly magnetic to a whole range of people. Having a smile on your face and appearing open and optimistic will mean that you come across as attractive and positive. Coming across as positive and upbeat are qualities that you stand out from the crowd. That helps you stand out from the crowd. Plus, good energy attracts other forms of healthy energy. We just had a it was a regional event in Atlanta, not this past weekend, but the one before. And there was a gentleman that has just recently joined the team under Mr. Ken Robinson, walked in the room, and we had already started the meeting, but he came in a little late. And I was sitting toward the back of the room because I was going to, I just wanted to sit toward the back of the room. And he passed my row and he was just smiling and shaking hands with all kinds of people. I don't know if he even knew the people. But it was just this aura about him. He walked it like he owned the place. And that's what I mean. When you have a smile on your face, it exudes confidence. So let me move on to the next slide. Secondly, you want to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. Let's face it, given the choice between spending time with someone downcast and someone who's upbeat, will instantly be drawn to the more positive person. An upbeat personality is contagious. Now, also, you want to communicate well. So have you ever noticed that people with this so-called it factor are great conversationalists? They can talk to anybody of all ages, no matter what happens. And now, although they appear capable of talking for extensive periods of time, that's not to say that we get bored with them. In fact, we listen to them for what seems like forever and constantly drink up their opinions without noticing that time is flying by. Having a presence. Having a presence means that people instantly notice you and want to listen to you. People with a strong presence radiate warmth, yet in reality are as cool as cucumbers in all circumstances. Nothing ever rattles them or gets them down because they're confident in themselves and what they have to offer. You know, I've been around people who were just I mean, their energy was so low. It really literally when they walked in the room, and I'm thinking of someone that actually came over to my house. It was about 3 or 4 people already here. And when this person walked in, I'm not exaggerating, the energy went down because of their presence, you guys. It is important if you want to be successful in this business, being likable. It's very important to be likable and outgoing when you want to, you know, and these are important points when it comes to developing the it factor. When you're likable, you're automatically comfortable in your own skin and transmit this message to your surroundings, which encourages less confident people to come out of their shells and express their opinion. You know, my husband happens to be somebody that I admire for his sense of humor. He will break anybody down who you know, when he first meets them, he never meets a stranger, but he makes himself approachable with his sense of humor. So that's really important. This one is very important, you guys. Have a mindset of abundance versus a scarcity mindset. People who have a mindset of abundance are generous and have an attitude of gratitude. Regarding business, people with a scarcity mindset always do the minimum. Let's be specific here. You know, what we thrive on, which creates which generates our residual income, is our authorship. And we all know that there's a certain several, I got to spend some time with this one, because not only is there a certain volume, which is 110 volume, they say 2 sleeves, but at least 110 points generate the allow you to maximize on all the money in the comp plan. That's one of the qualifications. But another thing is this: authorships, and I've talked about this in detail several times. Authorships are great because it allows you to not take a chance on flushing your points. That's the reason. It's like security. It's like, you know how you have life insurance in case you die? This is life insurance for your business. But one of the things about authorship with this company, anything can happen. Let's say your authorship is on Friday. Please pay attention, because I know we have some new people on the call and everybody's not on every call every week. If let's say your authorship is Friday of this week, and here it is Monday. Let's say you've made it to executive director. On Monday, guess what it's going to say? It's going to say, you're not even manager, because your points aren't in the system. Even though you're set up for authorship, the company doesn't consider you active until your order is paid for. So this is why we recommend for people who've already exhausted all of their upgrading options, like from if you are now we call it a core, was silver, we call it core now. And if you've already got the advanced, the next step is the premier pack. Now, if you've already gotten the premier pack, here's what I want to suggest, because obviously you have the right mindset to do this business. With the premier pack, if you've already done the premier pack and you need to stay on authorship, consider the maintenance pack. The maintenance pack number 3, I believe it is, allows you to pay for 6 months up front, but you're going to save about $200, because it's going to save you $150 on, you're going to get 9 sleeves, or I think it is, you're going to be getting, you're going to be spending the amount of money that you would have paid for 6 sleeves. You would have saved $200 because you're not getting a shipment every week, every month as well. So you're going to save money with that. But guess what's the difference between a maintenance pack and being on authorship? The maintenance pack, because remember, you just paid for it up front, remember? And then they just drip or trickle down 110 points every month for 6 months. In other words, they already have the money up front, and they're allowing you to get that maintenance pack. Is going to save you money. And now you don't even have to say today is what, October 2nd? You will not have to place another authorship till April. If you were to do a maintenance pack right now, they don't do it until it's time for your authorship. But if you did that today, you would not have to, you just count 6 months ahead and you don't have to place another authorship. But that way, when you wake up on Monday morning, if the reason you're not at executive is because of your personal order, then you have control over that. What you want to do, you remember this call is about the power of six like-minded people. What you want to do is guide your 6 people. Everybody needs to focus on their 6, and if they do the same thing, they're going to be focusing on their 6. You want to guide them to upgrade themselves when it's appropriate and when it's affordable, and then have them lean towards, work towards getting that maintenance pack so that you never have to worry about your 6 showing up active. You know, let's say, for example, if you have your volume, but then the person up under you, their order is due to the end of the week. That one person may cause you from not seeing your rank. Now, if you know that they're going to come through, that's one thing, but this is the kind of person I am. I cannot see my matching bonuses. I cannot see how much I've earned. I can't see what other people in my organization are doing. I can't see how they're doing if I can't see my earnings. You cannot see your earnings if you're not your rank. Okay, so it's very important to not have a mindset of scarcity, because that's why some people, I'm being honest with you, some people would do only one sleeve. They do the very minimum. And the second thing is they try to wait till the very last day, which is Sunday midnight. But how many of you know, a few weeks ago in July, when we went to the convention, all the internet was down. The whole internet was down. So what if you was that person that says, well, I'm gonna wait till Sunday midnight to place my order? No, you're not. That order was not gonna go through. It stopped, the internet stopped working on Friday. Even corporate couldn't put any orders in. This is why you want to have your auto ship or your maintenance pack. That's why I spent so much time on this slide, because I want to make sure you win. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to talk about, being confident but not cocky. You know, no one likes a person who's arrogant. So when we're trying to build our self-esteem, many of us often fall into a trap of crossing into the cocky territory rather than simply presenting ourselves as confident. Now, the line between the two is extremely thin, but truly acquired confidence never comes across as arrogant or conceited. You know, that's what I like about David Schmidt. As brilliant as he is, as much of a genius as he is, you call him a genius, he just kind of smiles, and you know, he'll give glory to God. He gives glory to God for everything. He doesn't come across arrogant at all. And if he's not coming across arrogant, why should we? Get to the next slide. I'm sure it was why he's sitting here. Okay. Encourage others. You see, people love to be encouraged. When you encourage others, you're going to benefit. Words of encouragement will go far and will increase your productivity, because people like to be praised and recognized for their efforts. Integrity is very important. You know, a way of putting integrity is doing what you say you're going to do. If you're in business if we're all in business together and you say, you know, I am going to be on that call, or I am going to convention, or whatever it is you say you're going to do, and then you don't do it, that's like breaking a contract almost. Let me read what it says. Integrity is acting with honor, regardless of whether your actions are public, committing to doing what you say you'll do. It's about having an ethical culture that permeates your entire organizational ecosystem. And it's about being transparent about shortcomings. If you got something going in your life, let your business partner know, because now they'll have a different view of you. Instead of thinking that you're not being truthful, they're understanding and compassionate that you've got some problems going on in your, you know, some things going on in your life. And stay accountable and just own up to your mistakes. The worst thing I do not like is when somebody has all these excuses about why they didn't do, instead of owning up to it, and they never really even own up to it. And I'm saying things based on conversations that I have, you know, on a daily basis. Well, maybe not a daily basis, but all the time. If something that this person is not doing according to our agreements and according to what they say they want to do, because remember, we're talking about working alongside people that have a certain mindset. If you're not doing those things, let's be honest to each other and you know, and own up to our mistakes. So according to This Is It team, which is the team that we're on, fastest growing team in the company, if you go to the thisisitteam.com, something that we encourage is the power of duplications. You got to follow this system. And then this is taken right out of there. The power duplication happens once you understand the simplicity of plugging into the system and lead your team to do the same. Once this happens and you have a leader, backed by a leader, backed by a leader in your organization, all succeeding financially, you will experience the freedom that allows you to let off the gas pedal and the income keeps coming in. You see, I'm just going to give a perfect example. You take people like, Ken Robinson, for example, my personal sponsor, me and my husband's personal sponsor. He's developing leaders all over this country. I'm sitting here doing a training right now. I have other people on my team who do their own trainings. Linda Giles, Monique Dodson, Erica McQueen, Lester Berry. These people are doing their Bishop Jackson. I know for a fact these people are doing trainings with their own teams. And so that's 3 layers of leadership I just mentioned. And this is what it said. It happens that if you have a leader, backed by a leader, you guys, this is a beautiful thing, this process of duplication. And if you just hang on and catch the vision, you're going to get flat out wealthy. I just want to review this list that I've gone over last year, but it's what we tell you to do when you first get started. When you want to move fast, you got to focus on people like yourself. And that is if you're doing the right things. So, when we start talking about the it factor, these are some of the qualities I just got through mentioning: high energy, outgoing, strong leadership skills, strong communication skills, easy to talk to. We did talk about that. Entrepreneurial risk taker, MLM experience is a plus. Financially stable is a plus, because then you don't have to worry about people. I was talking to somebody today and they said their friend had saved $200 to some dollars on diabetes type of medications. But yet now that they are doing better, they want to cancel their auto ship at least for a month or two. That was the whole purpose. I mean, the reason that you're saving money, but now you're not going to be able to place that doesn't even make sense. You can't place the auto ship when you're saving almost $300 a month. Married does indicate stability, not saying it's a requirement or anything, but it indicates stability, because most people that are married, a lot of times they're in agreement of doing the business together, and it indicates stability. Influential. You're able to get people to take action, similar to having strong leadership skills. So now, last week, we talked about something. So now I want to get to the money, y'all. Let's get the bag, okay? Last week, we covered something, and I want to review it again, because I imagine everybody that was on the call last week is not on this call today. And it was talking about enrolling people in your first month. This is going to blow you away if you didn't get a chance to see it last week. Now, a term that we use called binary qualifying. All that means is, we have a binary, a tree. You have people on your left, people on your right. And binary qualified means you've got at least one person that's a silver or a core member on your left, and at least one person that's a core member on your right. So let's say in your first month, you did go ahead and get those 2. That's going to give you a total of 2 partners. But then the next month, what if you help those 2 duplicate? That's what we're talking about, duplicate. What if you help them go get their 2? That means now you have you've got 2 more people on your left and 2 more people on your right. So now you have a total of 6 partners. The next month, you're going to help those 4 get their 2. So now you got 4 more on your left and 4 more on your right. Now you got 14 partners total. If you keep duplicating this, those 8 get their 2, that's 16. Those 16 get their 2, that's 32. Never in this equation am I saying that you went and got 2 more. I'm just telling you what will happen if you only got 2. Now look what's going to happen. It's going to keep multiplying. The power of 2 is amazing. And now you have a total of 8,190 partners, because every time you get new partners, you have to add them on to the previous month. So I hope you're following this. Look at this. Wow. That's a total of 8,190 partners in 1 year, you guys. I went down 12 levels. This is 1 year.
Hey, Virginia.
Yes?
We can't see anything that you're trying to show us. We're only seeing you on a camera.
All this time?
Yes, ma'am.
The whole time?
Yes, ma'am.
I see you.
I can see your
I see you the whole time.
But not what you're trying to share. Yeah.
We can see
That
the
one.
slides, Bermuda.
Yeah,
Are you
I think
seeing
you're
it
fine.
now, ma'am? Ma'am, are you seeing it, Corazon? Are you seeing it now?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay, but everybody else said they were following me, so I'm not sure what was going on. But at the end of the year, you guys, this is just you getting two. But see, the whole key about this is don't just get your two and forget about them. Get your two and show them what you just learned. Show them how to get their two. If they did that at the end of the year, you've generated 1.2 million points. But this is also based on everybody getting two sleeves. Here's the mindset about that. Remember, we talked about the it factor. You need a sleeve if you are committed to staying on the product. You need a sleeve if you're committed to sharing the product. That's two sleeves. That the product that we duplicate and we share is X39. I really don't see the reason why, why everybody can't do two sleeves. I'm just saying. Now, because we can do the maintenance pack or and still get the two enough for 6 months. But I was talking to one member today. She says, there's no way I can do two sleeves. I have to do more than two. She does the maintenance pack. And before the 6 months is up, she has to get another maintenance pack because she says, I can't work my business with just two sleeves a month because she's married. She and her husband both use it and she's patched. So do you see the logic behind the two sleeves? Now, on each side of the binary, because everybody got their two, there's 630,000 points. And do you know that's generating $47,750 a month or 11,000 per week in the binary? But here's the concern right here. What does it take to earn that kind of money? In order for you to earn you can have all this volume under you. I've shown you runaway legs. I've shown you all kind of stuff. But the binary, if you're not a manager, you can't even earn over $100 a week. Look at this chart. Shoot, my screen is acting up. Okay. According to our compensation plan, you can earn $100 per week as a manager. I mean, if you're not a manager, once you're a manager, you can earn $1,500 a week, but you must have 110 points, personal points. As a director, you can earn $2,500 a week. A senior director, $3,500, $7,500 for executive, and you have to be a presidential director in order to earn over $11,000 per week. And all you have to do to get to presidential director, because now remember, you got the points, you already got the volume over 100, you got 1 million points. All you have to do is get to senior director. What does that take? It means you just got to go get two more people on your left, because you already have two more people on your left, two more people on your right. Help one of those people on each side become manager. That makes you director. Now you want to try to help maybe that same person get to director, and now you're senior director. But I know one thing, if I had that kind of money just sitting there, and I'm not saying, I just feel like if anybody sees this chart right now, you should feel like you're about to go and get rich. Okay, but because you just need to keep duplicating it. Everybody's not just going to get two. A lot of people are going to get 10. A lot of people are going to get 20. But you got to keep this in front of you. Got to keep this in front of your vision so that it'll keep you encouraged. You guys, I want you to know the money is there. It's the activity that's not there. Last thing, work on here's some action items. Work on becoming the it factor. Be your own. You are the it factor. You are the it factor if you do certain things. Start launching your motivated brand partners immediately. In other words, let's say you just sign somebody up and they're just so excited. What are the first thing they do? Whether you tell them to or not, they go tell their mother, they go tell their sister, because they just got rid of some kind of pain or something, right? They do it automatically. But what I think that we should start doing is, and instead of making it seem so formal, just say, hey, can you go ahead and you just said, I mean, you just talked about 2 or 3 people. Can we get them on a call? Not even make it so formal, but those people are going to want to get the patches. Okay. They may not necessarily be what you want to call a leadership type person, a person who wants to earn money. They may not even be that. But guess what? Everybody can get two. Everybody can get two because they're sharing it anyway. But somewhere along the line, you want to help them understand that if they want to earn money, they'll, you know, you get them on an opportunity call, of course, but I'm talking about how we can move faster instead of waiting. Because I had well, it was Monday, I had a launch call with someone. They didn't even get back to me because it was so many days in, you know, in between. And that was not even my personal role. She was on my second level. But I just think that we need to capture that time. Remember, I said before, the best time to start talking to people is when you first get into business, because you're energized, right? And so that's what I think that we should start doing, is because what's going on here? It's because that's when we're the most excited. And then the last thing I want you to encourage everybody to do is get in position to attend a watch party for our 20th anniversary convention. You guys, if you know, just reach out to people that you know in your city, and you know, find out who's already bought a ticket. And if not, try to find at least two or three of you all together, so that you can be sitting there like when you watch the debate, or when you watch a game or make it a watch party, even if you can't stay there all day. Just now that the recording is going to be available for, I think, 45 days. I'm not sure about that part, but the point I'm making is make your own mini convention. Make your own mini convention. And with that being the case, that's all I really wanted to share tonight about the it factor. I know I went pretty fast, but you guys, we have got to get serious. We're all adults. I see Corazon was the one that asked that question, and Miss Corazon is doing an exceptional job. I know that she is blowing it up. So congratulations, Corazon. We acknowledge this at the regional, but we have three. Ms. Gwen was already recognized as a senior director, but we have two recent promotions to senior director, and that's Miss Robin Clark out of Atlanta and Bishop Larry Jackson out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So I want to congratulate you all, and we got more to come. So at this time, you know, I always like to leave time in case anybody has any specific questions. You know, we've got new packages and new rules and regulations about all that kind of stuff. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Or if you would like to, you know, come on and share some leadership tidbits for someone else. Miss Renee Wade, we out of California. I want y'all to know those beautiful slides that you saw last night that Ken Robinson went through, and it's been updated again, but even the ones we did at the regional event, Ms. Renee so generously donated her time and her talent to developing those leads and those slides, and that's the ones you're going to be seeing. And if you're presenting, those are the ones you're going to be using. So I'll be getting the updated slides out to you all later on today or first thing in the morning. So Ms. Renee, you got the floor.
Oh, thank you, Bernita, and thank you for the compliment. But thank you always for these calls. And you know, you're right on time as always. It's like going to church and hearing what you need to hear, or something relevant, right? So, you know, you hit on something really important, I think, and that's striking while the iron's hot when someone's first enrolled and really, you know, really excited about things. And I wanted to take a second, if I could, as one of the best examples in all of my team. She's on our second level. She just broke manager today. She's been in the business less than a month, and she did not even wait till she got her patches to start sharing with people. You know, and she's in Canada, and she you know, she has previous network marketing experience and really had some bad experiences. But I mean, I think the difference for her and her business on why she's been able to rank so fast, and her partners are in the US, Canada, and Malaysia. Those are her first four.
So the international business already.
She is, and you know, so Corey Scipione, you know, she really embodies everything that you were talking about tonight. So it's perfect. And I don't know if she wants to say a few words, but I know, you know, she really enjoys these calls, just like the rest of us do, and they played a big part in her success. So I don't know, Corey, if you're there and you want to share any thoughts.
Sure. Well, first of all, I am so grateful
to the person that signed me up, Rosita, because honestly, I had given up on network marketing, like for good. She just got me at a point where I was in severe pain. Her timing was perfect. It couldn't have been any better than that. And then I thought, I started listening to the meetings and I thought, oh no, I was like kind of feeling myself being pulled in again. I go, oh my goodness, here we go again. What am I doing? But then I thought, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. There's a reason why we're connected with people. And I think the kindest people I have ever met is on this team. Rosita and Renee have welcomed me with their warmth, their generosity. I couldn't ask for better mentors. And if there's one thing that I've learned, it's momentum. I keep hearing this word momentum over and over. Every leader is saying it in a different way. And that's what I did. I just thought, you know what? I have nothing to lose by sharing this product with another person. All they can say is no, thank you. Right?
right.
It's so, and that's okay. But you know what? These people are watching me. They've been introduced to the product. Some of them have said no, some of them have said yes, but the ones that have said no, they're watching. So, and I just wanted to remind everyone who's on this call tonight, don't think that these people, it's a permanent no. They might change your mind. And my Malaysian sister-in-law, 3 people, including myself, have approached her with this product.
Wow.
So if someone says no, you keep an eye on them too, because someone might snap them up on you. So
That's right. Well, congratulations,
Thank
Corey,
you.
and we appreciate your comments and just you're a perfect example that you never know who you're talking to and the experiences that you've had, and I mean that's just a plus that you got network marketing experience. But just even the comment you just made about your sister-in-law, somebody approached her, but you were the one that helped her make that decision. So
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
again.
you so much. Thank you,
Does
everyone.
was that it, Renee? Did you have something else you wanted to say?
No, just wanted to share and thank you, again for your leadership and always being right on time with what needs to be said.
Well, thank you. Also, I want he doesn't even know that I'm going to be calling on him, but I'm going to try and see if I can get him Mr. Derek Hawkins out of New Jersey. Mr. Hawkins, are you available to talk for a second?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Derek, please come on. This is one of our leaders out of the New York area. I don't see your face. I see your living room or some living room.
By now.
There you go. That's probably one of those backdrop pictures, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He got a different living room every time he get on the call. I wish I knew how to do that. But Derek, listen,
Mhm.
I want you, you have been around network marketing. You know these people like Ken Robinson and Reggie Stewart, because you were in that company ACN and they were in the circles of
Yes.
champions. You've seen this movie before. Can you
Yes.
paint a picture for the people on this call of what they have to look forward to with all the it factor that we have, the company itself and our product? What do we have to look forward to?
Well, absolutely. Thanks for allowing me to share, Verdita. One of the first things I can share with you is, and you already mentioned, you said the different layers of success that we have in terms of leadership. I've been in companies and business before where, I almost had to be Superman. I had to do the presentation, the training, and I was doing everything pretty much for the team. And because of people like Stephen, Gina Merritt, Ken Robinson, yourself, Lester Berry, Z Kendrick. I mean, we have so many layers of successful people. We have a lot to look forward to, because when we were in this other company before, Ken Robinson, Z.R. Kendrick, Lester Berry, to have success, to give you an idea of where we are, to have success in that company, to get promoted to what's called a top position in the company, you generally would have to have 10 to 20,000 representatives, like 100,000 customers to get to the top position in that company. And it would take a while to get there. Whereas in this company, you don't even have to do 1/10 of what's required in that company, and you do it faster here. You get rewarded much. I was in that company for almost 14 years, and without any income claims, I've already generated more revenue in this company within 1 year than I did in 14 years with that business. So we're just getting started as a 20-year-old company to just be launching that, having a grand opening. So it's like a 20-year-old startup company, which is unheard of. We just had an event the other day where I think the owner of the director of Direct Selling News spoke at one of the events, which they don't usually do. And even he's wearing a patch. So we have so much to look forward to. It's still early in the game. We just had that first regional event. And like Perdita said, there was a gentleman there. He had the it factor. I know exactly what she's talking about because I've actually used that to encourage some of my old friends and people that are still kind of on the fence that, hey, when people like this make that decision to come and join this particular company or this team, that says a lot because again, we already have the talent. They were all in the regional event. Like I said, all of them individually were top earners and top leaders in our previous company. To have them all come together and as one after all of these years, those are signs. Again, and there's always, they say there's signs and on the wall. There's written on the wall. And if you don't see those signs, they're there. So I'm just encouraging everybody, go back to anybody you spoke to. Like the young lady said earlier, there's going to be people that have been approached by other people. But if you approach them with the it factor, with the knowledge of knowing that we're the number one team and the number one company in the world, and we have these multiple layers of leaders, it's a done deal. You just have to be focused and just master the mundane. Invite people, train them, and follow up, and you'll have that success. Again, just a matter of time. You just have to believe it and know that you have the best team in the world. I've never seen this level of leadership gathering in one company all at one time. And again, I just want to, before I give it back to you, Perdita, I want to also recognize one of our partners who did hit director. They wasn't able to make the regional event, but that's none other than Dr. Anthony Stroman. He's another person that has the it factor. So when we attract people like that, you know that you're in the right place at the right time. Thank you for allowing me to share. Back to you, Perdita.
Well, thank you, Derek, and congratulations, Anthony. I see Anthony's on the phone. Anthony, do you want to come on and say something? Anthony is one of the most active people on the team. Every time you turn, he's at some conference speaking on stage and all kind of stuff. Mr. Anthony, Dr. Anthony Stroman.
Anthony is fine. Hey, Perdita, how you doing?
I'm wonderful.
I love your training. I look forward to it every Wednesday like a holiday. Okay. So I love everything that you talk about, what you represent, but I just love it. I love it. And it's a beautiful thing when you're around the type of people because everybody's like a magnet, And I'll mention this very quickly since you talked on and touched on it a little bit. This thing about systems, we have a digestive system, blood system, respiratory system, solar system, and we have life wave system. Back to you, my friend. I miss you over the regional, but I'll try to make the next one. Thank you so much for the time, Perdita. Keep doing what you do.
We might have to do another one soon just for you. Okay.
Perdita, tell Harvey we see him back there.
Oh, you see Harvey back there?
Pictures. Yeah, we saw him. Tell him I saw my friend.
we sitting up here and we've been renovating in this house, and so stuff going on in here. But I want to encourage anybody else want to share some excitement and something that happened to you this week. This is the Locker Room Talk. So just feel free to unmute yourself and share if you like at this time. I wanted to say something. I'm not gonna call on nobody else. I'm gonna let them just unmute themselves if they want to share something.
Well, this is Corazon. I just want to share something really exciting, Ms. Perdita.
Okay, sure.
So this weekend, the Georgia Autism Race there's a autism race race for autism at the Gwinnett Fairgrounds. And I was privileged to be able to just get a vendor table there. And because my sister-in-law, I've been trying to introduce Dispatch to her for the longest time for her daughter who is disabled. And she sort of poo-pooed on it. She took it and then she sort of went away. When I told her that I'm going to this convention because I saw Olga Solis's testimony about how her son, who has been medically injured, been blessed by this patch, I created a loop of that one and then we were able to create a banner with Linda's help. And so we're really excited. I shared that with my sister-in-law, and I got a text this morning saying, I'm going to start with my daughter again. And so you really just need to come back. Don't be afraid to just keep moving forward and just continue to be positive about be looking forward to getting the success that you need and then plugging in like what you said. So yeah, thank you so much for all that you do.
Well, thank you so much, and keep up the good work, Horizon. And I want to give it up to your leader, Linda Giles, who's always there, always helping in the background. I know she's an extremely busy person. She gets up at 4:30 every morning, and you don't know too many people that gets up that early and then works all to the end of the night as well. So I just want to applaud your team and all that you all are doing. I was going to ask, I want to say this too. You never, we start talking about, I'm trying to help you understand. You think about this, if you went fishing and you have a net. I don't know how they do it nowadays, but in the Bible days, they talk about casting your net, and everything that falls up under the net is yours. Think about your organization. And I was talking to, I'm not going to call the person's name, but I was talking to someone a few days ago, and one of the people that they just enrolled was so excited, and I forget the testimony, but the testimony was outrageous. And because of that, that person came in as a diamond, and one of their closest colleagues has an organization, not making nowhere near the kind of money that he could make over here, has a large organization of over 1,000 people. But guess what? That there's like, that person is on my 11th level. So, they're not like somebody direct to me, but I'm just saying, if you just keep going deep, and like they say, when you're fishing, you got to go into the deep waters. You got to go deep. You got to duplicate. If the person that you brought in is not focused, go help them get some people, and by default, by their testimony, and help and let those people get in. Keep going. Just keep going. And you're going to find somebody going to pop up one day. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what's happening all over the place. I want to say something about a gentleman is on the call. His name, y'all know him, Mr. Jeffrey Payton. And I just want to say this about Jeffrey, because this is another characteristic of, of leaders that's so important. And Mr. Jeffrey, what I noticed about Jeffrey is he always listens. He's a great listener. Sometimes when you're talking to people, they're listening, but they're not really paying attention to what you're saying. Jeffrey is very intently listening. No matter what you're saying, he's listening to every word, and he does that with everybody. And I've noticed that because I've been around him quite a bit now in his presence, and I've just noticed this. I want to say thank you, Jeffrey, for the example that you share, that you exhibit, and I know that's why you're doing so well in this business. Mr. Jeffrey Payton, Senior Director out of Atlanta. There he is.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Verdita. And I was intently caught up in listening to everyone, but you bring such forward progress, you know what I mean? It's like what you're fueling in our tanks right now with the Power of Six in this call is literally got our steps going. You know what I mean? You know how you have the energy and the fortitude to move forward, but it's kind of like you're on autopilot. Okay, you can flip the switch with the information that you fueled us with, and now it's autopilot. And the key element that you mentioned earlier was taking action. Everything is in place. The concept, the energy, the leadership, the training, everything is in place. The only thing we have to do is take action. And in taking action, that simply means progress. Progress simply means prosperity. And prosperity simply means that you duplicate that over and over and over again. Prosperity becomes habitual. You know what I mean? It's like a drug. And the level in which you approach prosperity has got to have a level of excitement to it. The brother that just mentioned that some people with some real high quality folks are coming and attracted to our business. I've had the same testimony this week where professional network marketers who have a huge organization are now attracted. I've had a couple of conversations with some people, and looks like they're moving progressively toward what we have here with LifeWave, because it's such a win-win-win-win-win program. It's hard to lose with this. The only way you can lose with this is to be stagnant. And I've said this before because I've learned it in another company by the leadership there, that take your foot off the brake, because God cannot steer a parked car. And that goes for you that have already been in the industry as well, in the company as well. Get excited, get pumped again, because you got the key, and now it's time to move forward. So with that being said, Verdita, I appreciate you so much. You are absolutely one of my favorite people on the planet.
Thank you, Jeffrey. You're mine too. And listen, you guys, one thing Jeffrey said about duplicating, if you are not getting what you want out of this business, I think one of the problems is communication. I really do. Obviously, if you're not getting what you want, maybe it's something that you are missing, and you got to reach up, raise your hand and say, hey, I need help. I mean, I may not be the person that has the answer, but maybe Ken Robinson does, or something. You got to relate. It's got to be somebody that's going to help you figure out what it is you're doing. But you got to reach down and paint a vision for the people that's below you. If they don't see if they're not on this call, guess what? Then they're not going to do certain things. It doesn't do any good for you just to be on the call every week. You got to get your team on the call if you want to.
Can I share? Can I do a quick share
Sure,
with you,
sure.
Verdita? We
Mhm.
got a couple up in North Carolina, Raleigh. We're praying for the folks up in North Carolina for their, what they've gone through. This is a disaster of a hurricane, and it just literally. I've got family up there too that are struggling. But there's a couple, Steve and Cheryl Laverty, that just came into the business. They are really cooking, but they were searching for upline, and they wanted to have quality enrollment, learn what to do. Since they've been on This Is It team, they have really been cooking, boy. I'll tell you, they got me excited. They did their first Zoom in just 72 hours. They had 7 people, brand new people on the Zoom. So, that says a lot for them, because people are interested. They're interested in moving this and getting results. They're interested in working this business, and when they get results, then there's more of a stick to it. Folks are going to be around a long time. But I just wanted to share that quickly with you. So,
and that's why I was saying on that last slide, I don't care if it's 2 or 3 people on the Zoom. Don't try to make it so formal that it's intimidating for them to get to do their Zoom, but you do want them to move fast so they can get some results. As soon as they sign up, their sister, but they are just like Corey did. She already went manager, but I say don't wait the very next day if possible. Who do you know that needs this patch? Who do you know that just, I have I don't see him on the call, but a guy that we enrolled, he had a car accident and he had pain everywhere. I mean, and I didn't even know he had pain. I didn't even know that. We were just meeting him and this other guy. And because of this pain in his back that he says on the levels 1 to 10, he said it was a 25. That's how painful. Plus he had a thing in his shoulder all the way down to his fingers. He went and started going to people's houses that he knew he didn't have any patches. He just went over their house and just started telling them. And then he'll call, Harvey, Verdita, can y'all come over here? So we got in the car. We would get in the car, and it was not far, maybe 20 minutes away. We would go to where he was, and it was in 3 people in that room. And one of them signed up immediately. And then the next day, like this, he went manager in less than a week. Just him doing, just off of his excitement, you guys. And he didn't know anything except for he was no longer in pain. So the best time to get your people going and not make it intimidating, too much of a stressful for them, is right away. It's no time limit on it. It could be right away. And if you do that and start getting your people, you're gonna see that 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 pop. And next thing you know, it's gonna explode, you guys. So does anybody have any more questions before we end this call?
Hey, Miss Verdita,
Yes.
This is Miss Candy Kane or Gloria G1.
Hi.
Hey, I had a dental appointment today. And one of the technicians, she said, you hadn't seen me in a few years.
Can
But
you
I
share your
didn't-
camera? Can you share your camera?
I guess. Hang on a minute. What am I doing wrong? Hang on.
At the
Okay,
bottom
there-
where it says
There we
video.
go. There we
There
go.
you go.
And she and I spoke to the technician first, and I had my patch on my arm, and I said, see this patch? And she said, yeah. And I told her all about it and all the things that it's done. And I'll give you that in a minute. And she said, you know, I remember you from years ago, but when I saw you just now, I didn't think you was the same person. And I said, really? She said, you look so good. I said, well, praise the Lord for that. And I said, well, you know, in November, I'm going to be 80. She said, no way.
No
And I said,
way.
I said, way. And
Yes,
also,
way.
yeah, yes, ma'am. And then my dentist, I had already told her about it the last visit, which was about 6 or 4 months ago. And so then I went on to say, you know, my dentist, I said, well, did you go and check on this is at info.com? She said, I have to be honest with you, Miss Gloria. I didn't because I've been so busy, but you give it to me again and I'm going to check it out. And I said, okay. And you get back with me now. And so, I told him what all it's done, starting from the top of my head, the bags under my eyes are almost completely dissipated. Now I started in April, and then I don't use my cane anymore. I was using a cane just for kind of protection. And then I don't have to go to the knee doctor, the orthopedist, to get shots in my knees no more. I don't, my chiropractor, he told me, my chiropractor and my knee doctor told me only come PRN, which means whenever necessary. And my doctor has taken me off my diabetic medicine, and she's reduced my blood pressure medicine. And I don't have the pain that I used to have in my ankle. I used to work for the Department of Correction years ago. And you know, they kind of buzz you in when you're going into the prison. And I thought she buzzed me in, and I kicked the door. Of course, the door didn't move. It's completely still. And so I have had problems for years with my ankle. I don't have those problems anymore. So I just thank the Lord. And everybody tells me I look much younger. And
Yes, you do.
I
Yes, you
that way too.
do.
But it's been a blessing. So I'm just thanking the Lord for all the brand partners he's bringing to all of our groups in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you feeling good and looking good. All right. Well, listen, you guys, we're going to go ahead and end the call because it's right around almost 10 o'clock Atlanta time, and we don't want to hold you any longer. Listen, you all have a wonderful evening. Let me see. We do have our team call tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. And of course, I think Z Kendrick is going to be presenting on our Friday lunchtime call. So we need to support him for that. And you guys, you all have a blessed weekend, and let's go ahead and,
Quick announcement.
yes, Jeffrey.
Saturday in-person training at the Hampton Inn on Jimmy Carter, right next door to Papados, starting at 11 o'clock. Yep, in Atlanta.
Georgia.
Yes, indeed. So make sure you're there and there on time. If you want to come about an hour earlier, there will be a hot breakfast. But we're going to have a quick start training along with the in-person presentation. We look forward to seeing all of you. Come on out, bring your guests.
All right. Well, listen, you guys, thank you. We'll probably send a flyer out as well. But you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Be blessed and highly favored.